beautiful souls. I hope you're doing well. Today, it is a real joy and honor for me to have on this channel Johanna Sofia, who is from Denmark and who is going to present herself and share a little bit more with us about who she is, what she does, what really is important in her heart and soul for Terra, for our beautiful planet and people, and how she would like to see our Terran present and future take place and help co-manifest this reality in her own beautiful way. Welcome, Johanna Sofia, and you have the floor.
Thank you so much, Abigaëlle. It's such a pleasure for you having me. I've been looking forward to it. And I want to thank you for the beautiful work you do, which is so inspiring and lovely.
Thank you.
So, yes, as you said, my name is Johanna Sofia Søndergaard from Denmark. And yes, to talk about my background, which is a bit broad, but I'm a healer and clairvoyant. I like to call myself a seer. Because it's a strong ability I have. I'm also a stress coach. I'm an astrologer as well, and a registered nurse, massage therapist, and recently I became a shamanic breathwork facilitator. So
wow,
that's a
so
broad
many
fan.
things.
So many things. So all in all, I guess you can say, to make it a big umbrella, and say I'm a shaman. That being said, I do believe we all have a shaman and an inner healer that we just need to get connected with. And this is what I'm in service for. I consider myself in being in service and not being, I'm a channel for this world. And when I call myself a healer, I'm only the link between higher energies. Not that I underestimate myself, but I'm just connecting people, the energies, so that they are healing themselves. So this is what we're doing. And I think to get to it, the reason why I contacted you was because you recently made this wonderful video where you invited our beautiful brothers and sisters from this beautiful blue planet. You invited them to give, in 1 minute only, to give their vision about how they would like to see the future Terra. And it was so inspirational. And there was in particular one lady who was talking about art exhibitions and how she saw this like intergalactic exhibitions. And I just went, wow, how brilliant was that?
Yes.
And it just made me think, but I want to do healing centers. I really want to be part of that. Can you imagine? Not only here on Terra, but we have to start here first, of course, but to have the picture of connecting with the brothers and sisters, not only in this galaxy, but beyond, because we have them. And we will get to this disclosure quite soon. We know that. Mm-hmm. So that's beautiful. So what is healing? It's a big word, and you can put many things in it. But I think what is very, very important is to mention the elements, because this is what we have from this beautiful Mother Earth. She's providing all the elements, and it's an important part of our life. And we never really were taught about it. And this means the breath, first of all, is really a very important tool. And this is a basic thing. This is what we have to catch the moment we enter in this beautiful world. And it's the last thing that leaves us when we leave our body. So the breath is super important. It's the main tool, and we can really work with that. And I've seen tremendous wonders with that. So that's really, really important. So this is a big part of the healing. What else can I say? The water is also an important element in the healing. But anyway, before now I was just getting a bit nervous. What I wanted to mention is what do I envision? And I really see for myself those beautiful healing centers on our planet where you have healthy, holistic environments, beautiful buildings, where you have views. Can you imagine views where you see the mountains, where you have a sea view? You have crystals in the building. This is what I see. Beautiful colors. You have spaces where you can invite people to meditate, which is a very important part of a healing process as well. Saunas, rooms where you can do bathing, where you connect with the water, things like that is really, really important. I'm getting a little bit nervous now.
That's inspiring. I mean, just the way you describe it, the vision comes to mind. I don't know, I just picture it. It's very beautiful, and it's holistically beautiful and high vibe. So
it is. What did I want to say? Because it was a thing I was losing a little bit. We'll just cut
you mentioned,
that out.
I don't know if that's part of it, that you mentioned that there's also a creativity aspect to yourself, and you resonate with Tatiana's desire to share with other people, other worlds, people, creativity. Is there something also in that aspect?
I think what's important also, if you want to go through a healing process, is also that you use your creativity. Singing and dancing is really part of it, but also, of course, to express yourself in painting. It can be many different things, also in music. It's all about frequency, and this is what I want to get into. This is also what I use in my healing sessions. It's essential oils, for instance. The oils have a frequency. I mean, the plants, it's beautiful. And the minute you get the fragrance from a frequency, you get access to emotions and to your memories. And you can even get in contact with past lives, which can sometimes be important in your process, because there's no limit between, I mean, there is no fence between our past lives in one way and in our present life. So sometimes it's necessary to go back. And I also work with that in my job, by the way. So just to mention it, of course, we have to stay present, but there's a lot of suffering and we have a lot of conflicts. I mean, even ourselves, but also, I mean, we all have that. We are suffering in many ways because we're not fully developed. And to go back and to see those memories, those past lives can be really a part of the process, which is quite important. What I also think is find important and what I work with myself is also the singing bowls, because they have a high frequency, folk tunes and other instruments. So this is really very, 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 very strong and impactful instruments to reach an inner knowing and also to reach a higher state. So it's really very, very profound and important tools for us to work with. And I also envision that in the healing centers, that you can have sound baths that you go into, and it can really work wonders. So all that I just see, beautiful environment, crystal, meditation spaces where you can have sound healing. As I mentioned, all that, it's really good. And of course, also to say in one way, because I think that's an important thing. We are interconnected as humans, and we are so together. We're never taught to believe that, by the way. And there is no one size fits all. This is also what this society really tried to put us into a box. And I also experienced that working as a nurse and thinking, because you give one medical treatment for a certain disease and so on. And of course, it's very efficient. We will not go into that, but we are individuals and we have different ways in our healing process. So that's very important. And that means that meditations are very individual. So also to work with that. But what connects it all is our breathing, which is the most important frequency, you can say. So that's very good. So I also envision, I mean, not only we have, as I mentioned, the air element, which is our breathing, and the fire element, which you get in connection with, I would say, in the sauna, for instance, you do that. And the plants, I mentioned the essential oils, but we also have the cacao now, which is, I mean, and the traditional cacao coming from the indigenous people. And it's really blooming also now on our planet, and it's beautiful to be able to work with ceremonies and stuff like that, which is also really growing now on our planet.
And the cacao, if I may say, I think is also very good for decalcifying the pineal gland, which I've heard. I don't know if you can.
Super important that you say that.
It can be important also to recover our capacity to connect with our own. So just a parenthesis there, but.
Thank you for saying that. That's very important. And also it's a heart opener. And what I also want to say that is really, I mean, it's so important that we get that connection. And my whole reason for mentioning this is also that the important thing in our process, I think for all of us now, it is that we really get to know ourselves. And you only get to know yourself by looking into yourself, by connecting to yourself through meditation, through the breath work. And breath work can go in so many levels. I mean, it can also be, in yoga, there's so many different yoga practices also you can do. Also other practices people can do, but you need the breathing, don't you? I mean, if you're running, you also need to really work with your breath. So it's super, it's the main thing in our lives. So that's really good. So that's an important thing. So and the food also, I want to mention that is also an important thing in the healing process. So that's another element. So basically, when you look at it, if we look into nature, we have it all, and we just have to get back to it, to reconnect with it, so to speak, because we've been taken away from it in so many levels, and now we have to get ourselves back and to get to know ourselves.
Absolutely.
And another important thing also is that we also learn to embrace the darker sides of ourselves, the things that we are hiding, which is an important aspect. And it's, it can be, of course, traumas and fears that we are hiding and not really we have difficulties in coping with. But it can also really be your talents. Maybe you were being bullied as a kid for being super creative or doing crazy jumps or dancings or whatever, and you just put it all away, and we can get back to that, right? When we look into the things we're just putting a lid on, and this is so important.
Absolutely.
So this is all part of the healing world, and what I would really love to work with. So that's it.
So much potential there. We have a couple of just two minutes left. If you
we have 2 minutes already.
It goes really fast. If you would like to share in a couple of minutes, perhaps last elements you would like to share, because what you bring is so essential, it's so important, that going within, but also that healing ourselves. But if you would like to tell us more to finish.
Well, I think the most important thing I've mentioned that already a couple of times. It's like, there's this old saying from Delphi, from the temple in Delphi, saying, know thyself, know yourself. And I think that's the most important thing. Trust yourself. We have the power within us, and this is what we have to find. And so this will be my biggest wish for my brothers and sisters on this beautiful planet, that you open your heart, that you believe in yourself, then you trust your intuition, that we work with that. So by opening the heart and the pineal gland, as you said, it's all connected. And connecting in the breathing, the breath is our tool. And if you stick to that, you will get good results and a beautiful life. And I just wish healing and beauty for all my brothers and sisters, and they get to know themselves.
Thank you, Johanna Sofia. It's very beautiful what you bring, your beautiful frequency and your wisdom you bring with
Thank
this
you.
Going within and finding our own truth and our own healing, because in the end we're the healers of ourselves, basically.
Yes.
And I think what you bring will be amazing, and it will inspire many people, and I think it will also be an incredible opportunity to collaborate with Upstairs, because
yes,
they have also modalities that are similar to that, with color, light, and sound, and elements. So I think that's going to be amazing to collaborate in that way. I am sorry.
Can you imagine? So can you imagine what we can get, and also to extend? To extend those things. It's wonderful.
Yeah, there's going to be so much. There's no end to how much the power of our creativity and collaboration with them is going to be just amazing. Unfortunately, time flies, and this is the little format we had with this short interview, to keep it short, but intense and beautiful. The way you brought your information, it was wonderful. I know it's going to inspire a lot of people to go within and heal, and also perhaps collaborate with you one day. So your website is under the description of this video. So if people would like to know more about your practice or and eventually connect with you as a person or for a future project, then they can always communicate with you and see what beautiful work you're doing in your practice. I want to thank you immensely, Johanna Sofia, for your participation in this interview, in this project. It's very, very appreciated, and thank you for your beautiful soul and vibrations.
Thank you, Abigaëlle. Thank you so much.
Have a lovely day. Thank you again.
You too. Bye.
Hello, beautiful soul. You have been on a spiritual journey for some time, or perhaps you're just starting your inner journey. And you probably have questions that remain unanswered right now, although all your answers lie within yourself, as always. But sometimes we need someone to just give us a little nudge. And personally, as an intuitive and a transmitter and a creator, I have created my own type of approach where I offer the people the opportunity to ask a few questions, a maximum of 5 questions, where I will provide from my inner guidance, which is the fractal of source that I am and that you are as well as my high vibration guidance, will provide a vocal transmission. And also we will be creating an artwork just for you, unique and original, based on your questions, and the motifs and the colors that will be chosen for the artwork will have in some way some information about the answers to your question. And I will also use a piece of music that, either through the frequency of its melody, of its words, will also give you some clues as to what the answers to your questions might be. And I only serve as a nudge, as a pointer, in order for you to, after that, resonate or not with this information, and then you can pursue your own spiritual and inner journey, just having been just helped a little bit on the path. So if you're interested in a creative intuitive transmission session, which I call CIT, I invite you to follow the link that's below in the description of this video, and on my website, abigaëllerichard.com/CIT. And don't hesitate to ask for more information or just book a session. Have a lovely day. Bye.